metrics, shaping every body.
This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com in the Iron Asylum with Rob Ropo. We are here 3 weeks prior to the NPC Junior Nationals, where we're going to be doing a little leg training. We're here at Armbrust Pro Gym here in the lovely state of Colorado. Rob, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Well, actually, we're doing this interview after the Junior Nationals, even though this video was shot prior to the Junior Nationals. And right now, you are the official 2010 NPC Junior National Lightweight Champion, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of people might not know who you are or have any background on you, and I'm going to let you tell us in a minute. But is it true? I heard that you're only 23 years old?
Actually, just turned 24 last month.
Wow. How many shows have you done prior to this one?
This will be my sixth show.
Okay, so you're not like a newbie to the sport. You must have started young, I'm assuming.
Yes, I did my first show when I was 19.
All right. And you want to give us a little history on what your placings have been?
Yes. My very first show was a small show out in Pueblo, Colorado. It was called the Steel City. Kind of got me started there because I did took first in the teen open. The teen, first in the open, first in the novice.
Holy.
Basically took the whole show. That
you took all the hard way home.
Exactly. Then in the following later in the year, I did the Rocky Mountain and took fifth in the men's open and first in the teens. And that's kind of where it got me started, meeting with different people and so forth, and tried to get the conditioning up a little better, and did the Colorado State in 06 as a middleweight, and took first as a middleweight there.
Well, you have a pretty good track record so far, huh?
Yes, because then after the Colorado State, I went on to do the Sean Wright Pro-Am in 07 as a light heavyweight, and took first as a light heavyweight at the
Have you lost
Sean
yet?
Wright Pro-Am.
Have you lost any shows on the way?
No.
All right, so you're undefeated basically in 7 shows.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good record, man. Did you think you were going to win this one? I know I asked you this in the exit interview after the show was over and after you got off stage. But did you, seriously, coming into this show, did you think that you were going to possibly walk away with the victory?
Coming into the show, I knew I trained well, trained hard, but there's no way to predict how you're going to do until even after prejudging as far as competition, because you never know the lineup of guys you could be going against, because there's always somebody training harder and better out there, so there's always someone that's going to have an advantage over you somewhere, so you never know how you're going to do it each show until you get there. But putting in the best you can do is all you can really go for.
Right. Well, you kind of remind me of Phil Heath and Evan Centopani in the sense that you guys really hadn't had any losses in the amateur ranks. Let's talk a little bit about leg training here, because this is what this video is all about. And you have a real good pair of wheels, as we saw on stage at the juniors this past weekend. Talk to me a little bit about what would you say would be the meat and potatoes of your leg training since you started.
I'd say we try to pre-exhaust them a little bit, get the blood flow going on the leg extensions there, as you can see in the video. Yes. However, the biggest thing that has actually helped me through my leg training, I would say, is the squat machine we'll see here in the video.
Yeah, I'm watching you right now. This is what you've used to pack on all that mass?
Yeah, that squat machine there has helped tremendously, because my back actually was giving me problems a little bit earlier in the year, and that helped me train through almost all the back injuries that I've had to actually put on the size on the legs that I've needed to.
Really? And so you really were never a free weight squatter your whole career?
Oh, no, I've always been, I love free weight squatting, but I'll do this machine once every Saturday, and then on my hamstring day, I'll do a separate squat day, but this allows me to definitely go a lot deeper and even try to put on a little bit more weight at times when the back is it's starting to hurt me a little bit.
It seems like your legs sit on almost like an angle, so it's almost like it forces your heels to or it forces you to push through your heels, which is obviously the right way.
Exactly, and that's the biggest thing, that it teaches proper form to the T on that machine there.
I never saw this. I don't think I've seen too many of these machines around. I have seen them before, but it's an interesting machine because most people that have real good legs are big squatters, and I figured you for one as well. But you're saying you do squat on alternate weeks, or you do it the same week?
I do it the same week. I actually incorporate squats into my hamstring day.
So you got double leg work each week?
Exactly. Yeah, I have one day dedicated to hamstrings and one day dedicated to quads.
Interesting. All right. But you squat on both days, just using different apparatuses, I guess you could say.
Exactly, yeah. One day I'll do regular squats, but really focus on the form of the squat, and the other day I will use the machine here and then try to even go a little bit heavier at times. I'm not going as heavy here today as it gets a little closer to the show, just maintaining in the form and so forth.
Do you ever feel like very fatigued in the legs, especially with doing the 2 workouts a week?
I would say at times, but it seems like the legs tend to grow a lot better. The hamstrings have came up tremendously from, I'd say, even in the last 6 months from where they've been with training them twice a week.
Yeah, you got some freaky hamstrings and glutes. Obviously, the conditioning was a big factor in how freaky they looked. So we don't want to let anyone think that just because they were freaky, it was more of a conditioning issue. But has legs been a body part that was routinely grew easily for you, or was this something that you had to put a lot of work into?
I had to put a lot of work into it because after the 07 Sean Ray Pro-Am, I was looking to do a national level show. However, that's when my back gave me problems. I had to take over a year, close to a year off from training legs.
So you didn't train any legs all of 2008?
I'd say for about 9 months, because I had to have several different cassette injections done on my back.
Would you have epidurals done?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. And what is your back like now? Does it feel better, or what happened over that course of rest that you think helped repair whatever was there?
Continuously going to the chiropractor about 2 to 3 times a week.
Wow, so you really put a lot into your recovery then. So I would have to say that bodybuilding is a very big part of your life. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Is this something that you want to do professionally at some point?
I would definitely dream that is a goal of mine, and has been since I've been a kid.
Now, what did you weigh on stage when what did you weigh when you got up on Saturday night to do your night routine?
To do my night routine, I'm not exactly sure what I weighed then. However, before I weighed in on Thursday evening, I actually had to only have 2 meals, because at 3 p.m. Thursday I weighed 197.6. If I had another meal, I would have went over. So, but then by not having that, I actually weighed in right with water and everything. I weighed in right at 196, so I could have had it by the time of 3 hours later. But he was chancing it to make that 198.
Yeah, well, you slipped in there, so you pretty much don't have much weight to give up if you still want to remain in the light heavyweight class. Having said that, is the national something we might see you doing this year, since you're right at the cusp?
That is in the cards. Nationals coming up here. I'm looking forward to bringing up my back thickness and also my arms, and if that is to where it needs to be by time to get ready and diet for nationals, then that's the next show on the agenda.
So it's pretty crazy whirlwind, huh? You do your first national show, you win it. Now you go right to nationals. It kind of, like I said, once again, it kind of reminds me of like an Evan Centopani, Phil Heath type of story. What goes through your mind, I guess, at 24 years young, with all this, all these accolades you're getting and winning all these shows? Is it going to your head, or are you staying pretty focused?
Oh no, I stay pretty focused because I always know that there's always somebody bigger and better out there, and until you can be that person, you got to keep training and keep going because the training never ends.
No, you're right. Now, you're doing that upside-down vertical leg press machine. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not really a huge fan of it, but what do you like about this machine, and what do you think it helps build up on your legs?
I can really feel it, not only in the tie-in in the glute area. That's where I really feel, and then the kind of the side on the glute area as well as the hamstring there too. Even though you're pushing with the quad, you can feel a little bit of tie-in there. You can really feel it burn while you're doing that.
Where are you focusing on pushing from on this movement? Is it always from the heels?
Always from the heels, yes.
Okay. And I noticed you use very slow, deliberate movements, which is obviously means you're I guess a form fanatic, which is I'm a big believer in that. And I noticed you do full range motion. Has that always been your method of training?
Unless I'm doing half repetitions, yes, normally I always train with a full motion training.
Who taught you such good form? Did you ever have someone come into the gym and go through all this with you, or did you kind of just pick it up intuitively?
I've had various people, kind of help me out throughout here, but this particular machine and a few things, Dylan's been helping me out with a lot of technique this past year.
Dylan Armbrust, who owns the gym.
Correct.
All right, well, I'm watching you do some hack squats here, one leg at a time, which is a very difficult movement to do. Tell me the idea or the philosophy behind this.
The idea behind this here is not only do you get a stretch where my other placement of the foot is, but then you also are fatiguing the other leg, and by the time you get to the other leg, as far as the one leg, that stretch is also built up, and you're getting the fatigue in both legs at the same time. So it's a really isolation movement that you're getting. Not only a stretch, but a blood flow in both legs there.
Well, you're also getting equal movement, I guess, work on each leg. I always like the unilateral movements. This is a very difficult movement to do. For anyone who's a beginner watching this, don't go try this in the gym. You'll probably hurt yourself because it's not an easy movement. Now, do you always try to train the weaker leg first? That's a technique I usually use a lot.
Yes, actually, I do try to do that because it seems like once I switch legs, it seems that get to the other leg, it'll definitely feel a lot more fatigued and then can't really make it through on the last few. Unless you do, but it also helps to build up that weaker leg, it seems to, as well.
Well, yeah, I think what it does is, it forces you to work the leg that, just everyone's got one leg bigger than another, and it forces you to work that leg that's a little smaller, and I think it helps you focus a little better. For some reason, the bigger leg always has no problem working. Now, I notice you're in here in the aerobics room with a person with a red sweatshirt on here. Is that Dylan?
Yes, that's Dylan Armbrust.
I couldn't get a good look at him. And he's working on your posing with you. Is this something that you guys have done for quite a while leading up to the show?
We start about 8 weeks out.
Mm-hmm. And how long does he run you through these poses every day?
We go through them about 15 minutes as it gets closer to the show. We run through about 30 minutes or so forth. There depends on how fatigued I feel after the workout. Sometimes they'll do them before the workout, and sometimes they'll do it after, just to really kind of harden that muscle up too. And that's why the legs look a little. They're just full of blood, and they're not splitting as much. But it just really wants to get that body conditioned and used to just posing and posing.
Well, I think, and this is a great thing that people are seeing here, because I know a lot of guys, even guys I help, maybe not, who are in person with me, but people over the internet. These guys love to train. The diet doesn't bother them, but they hate the pose, And I got to tell you, for a young guy, your posing was really good on stage. You hit all the mandatories, you executed them properly. Has this been something that came easy to you, or do you find that you had to work real hard on it?
No, I definitely had to work hard on posing. That's something that doesn't come. It comes naturally, after doing shows after shows. But there's always that improvement that I've learned, more technique and so forth by working with Dylan that I've had to perfect this time around.
Yeah, and also obviously the more you do it, the more fluid you'll become with it, and a little more comfortable. You still look, a little mechanical, but your execution of the poses are very good, I should say, and you're not, your placement of your body is proper, and I think a lot of people sometimes don't show their body to the best of its ability, and I think it's very important, and this is the point we're trying to stress here, that you do practice your posing prior to competition.
Yes, that's definitely a key in competition, especially. It could be the key between
winning and losing,
the guy next to you and winning and losing.
Sure. Now, being so lean as we're watching here, talk to me a little bit about what kind of diet you followed. Was it a conventional diet, or what kind of foods were you eating?
Mainly, my foods consisted of eggs, chicken, and fish. As far as my protein sources, carb sources, eventually oatmeal and potatoes.
And were you eating
brown rice?
Do you have a good metabolism? Were you able to eat a decent amount of that, or was he cutting you back toward the end?
It was definitely cutting me back, but it was definitely quite a bit of large portions of the chicken and fish there. So.
Right. How low did you go on carbs?
I didn't go super low, but it would be, I'd say, about 120.
Okay, that's pretty low. You're a young guy with a good metabolism. I'm sure you were hurting on that.
Oh yeah, but some days, but that's, some days were more than others. You get pretty busy there at times.
How much cardio did he have you up to?
I'd say my metabolism is, like you say, the key thing there. I did a half-hour cardio every morning before I ate anything.
All right, so that's not so bad.
7 days a week.
That's not bad, but you're lucky. That's a lot of guys have to do triple, quadruple that.
Exactly, yeah. We started the cardio 30 minutes, 7 days a week, 12 weeks out, so.
All right, so it was very regimented. Now, what's the game plan now? You won the juniors. You get a lot of publicity. People are talking about you. People know who you are now. And, how do you prepare for nationals? Is he letting you eat for a couple of weeks now, or are you getting right back on the diet, or what are you going to do?
Right now, I'm going to eat for the rest of the week here. Going back on the diet here following next week. I've been eating clean, but a lot of the clean foods try to bulk up with back thickness and arms, like I said. And if the games are where they should be, then the plan will be nationals.
All right. Well, you're on a roll, man. You've won every show you did. You got good momentum. You're looking good. Obviously, you're a hard training guy, and you put a lot into it. And hopefully, we'll see you on stage in Atlanta and come October this year. Yeah, it's early.
Yes, definitely moved up, so we have to put in a lot of hard work pretty quick here.
All right. For now, we're out of time here. I'm Dave Palumbo with our Junior National Light Heavyweight Champion, Rob Ropo, in the Art of Saddle.